If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. We are back at it again, man. I want to say what's going on to every single one of y'all, man. Hope y'all doing well. Hope your families is doing well. Hope you in good spirits, good health. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, the green room. Make sure you do me a favor and tap into that live chat. Let me see what you got in the chat. Where you from? Where you from, man? I want to know. Let me know. Today is a good day. I can't lie, man. I gotta give all the positive energy out right now, man. I gotta make sure I speak it into existence that today will be a good day, man. King Lukey, you are here. CDT Beats is here. Heroic Dose is here. Gabriel Proctor is in the building. Speaking of Proctor, we just got done watching the last episode of season 6 of Power. I wanted to go all the way through it again because I stopped watching it at season 5, and then I was like, nah, I got to get back into it, man. I done heard way too much. It's way too many variants like COVID. I gotta go and watch Power and finish it and finish what I started. So we finished that. It was a really good series. Of course it was. Team 642 is in the building. Stiller Lee is here. Amir Stanfield is here. Illmatic is here. All right, y'all, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button on the way in. Share this live when you come into this mother F word. I need y'all to be here, be present, be here, be present. All right. Now, GMS fam, I'm trying to change some things up a little bit when it comes to how this thing works here on the GMS show. I'm gonna make sure I get these chats up here so y'all can see them. Let me know if y'all can see it on the thing right here. I'm trying to make it visible for y'all. Let me know if you can see the chat over here on my hand. You see that? You see that? Is that cool? All right. Now, today we have some things to discuss, man. And I think it's time for us to come to the realization that music is not what it used to be. It just never. And I know a lot of people have come to that conclusion, but there's a lot of people that are fighting to hold on to something authentic that is not there. And the music game, especially when it comes to hip hop and our genre of music that we love so much, it's become so much of a numbers game and so much of a marketing game that the artistry of it all is lost. And even to the connection to the fans who people actually, you know, where people consume the music and where people go and actually have a feeling for it. I mean, I can't tell you like how many artists out there are going to end up with classic records, classic songs, classic albums in 10 to 20 years from now? How many of the artists today are going to have that like we used to back in the day? There's albums and there's whole albums I can go back to from almost 20 years ago that I can play like I just heard it for the first time today. I don't know if we will have the same effect with this new generation of music 10, 20 years down the line. And it's time for people to come to the conclusion, to come to the realization that it's just different. And it's even so much so different that people are now feeling some type of way about the critiques of whether or not their music is good because they have allowed their fan bases to convince them that they are the greatest shit in the world, that they don't feel like they should be susceptible to any criticism or any dislike of their music or whatever it is that they create. Now, Joe Budden has been catching the trending topics lately because he has been talking about NBA Youngboy. Now, NBA Youngboy has been out here doing whatever it is he's been doing. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know why he feels the need to be the way that he is. But clearly there's something wrong with that young man. There's clearly something wrong. There's maybe a chemical imbalance. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's going through some mental issues. I mean, as a young man who is as rich as he is, but continues to put himself in situations where he has to be on house arrest, so he's just confined to his living room or his living spaces and whatever else they limit him to, I can understand a little bit why he is going through the things that he's going through. Now, Joe Budden recently went on his podcast to say that NBA Youngboys music is trash. Now, it was very interesting because I know a lot of people feel the same way. I know a lot of people, if they heard some of NBA Youngboys music, they'd be like, what is this? Why is he, what this is what the kids like these days? I mean, granted, I mean, to each his own. You do what you want and you like what you like. Music is subjective. But when you start hoisting people up into the pedestal and making them the top guy or they're this, they're that, when really it's like the labels are kind of pushing these people, and it's not the fans. They understand that it's not the fans that are pushing these people into stardom anymore. It's the labels that are putting in the money and putting in those relationships to where you can see them on every platform, the YouTube, the Twitter, the ad spaces, all this stuff. You constantly see these people and you constantly hear about them. People are going to follow suit. We have a very follower type community. I always say this. People are easily fooled into following because that's what it is. It's subconscious. They do it right in your face, but they make it so that it's psychological. It's psychological. They'll be like, yo, you make a profile here on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, and then people have to follow you. But inevitably you go and follow a bunch of people because you're fans of so-and-so, or you like what this person does, or you like the videos this person creates. It creates a follower mentality. So inevitably you'll have a bunch of people that are saying, oh, well, if this is cool, or if I like this, and you see people over here liking this, you're going to go and follow it, or you're going to go and like it because everybody else is. That is the case for a lot of the newer artists, or a lot of the guys newer in this generation of music. That's how their fan bases work, which is why you don't see a lot of people with cult fan bases. You see them with fair weather fans. Now, I had to get that part off my chest before I played this clip because I need y'all to understand where I'm coming from when it comes to the music of today. Now, Joe Budden, like I said, went on his podcast to say this about NBA Youngboys music.
What else do I have written down here? You ready to tell the truth about NBA Youngboy? I'm not ready to do this.
What's the truth?
That nigga's trash. He's horrible.
Oh.
He is horrible.
Damn.
He is horrible. He is really, 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 really bad.
As a rapper or a person?
I don't know him as a person.
Oh, okay.
I'm only speaking about music.
Music.
He's really, really, really bad. And that thing happened with him where when he was out, the label pushed a button and did some YouTube shit. So then all the little kids had to just come to the gathering and tell you about NBA Youngboy views and how great he is and how awesome he is and how amazing he's doing. Now that the label's backed up a bit, and now that we done had about 3 or 4 projects while he's been in Utah on house arrest.
You've had way more than that.
I know.
And
I know.
That to me is where the problem lies. Because earlier Youngboy music don't sound like this to me. Like even he just dropped a single today. I listened to it last night and I cut it off midway through. I'm just like, I can't.
What's the difference between his music then and now?
This shit, I could hear it. Like I literally, I could hear it.
Now let me see. This Black Man Cigar says, "Man, listen, we just in a different day and time. This is the music for today. Some people believe Joe's music is trash. Not mad at anyone getting to their own bag. Oh no, it's not even. See, and that's why I think we need to separate it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's never a thing, and I think that's why artists react the way that they do. You know, also with NBA Youngboy, because he responded to Joe Budden, but he responded in a way where it was like, yo." You clearly don't know how to take criticism, my guy. You don't know how to, and it's these young hood niggas who get themselves like riled up and are so used to beefing with people and like beef that they can't be like, well, if this person don't fuck with me, so what? But here's another problem too. And this is why I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before we get to the next thing. Now, before we get to the next video, I do want to do this real quick. Let me do this for y'all. As you can see down here below, if you see here, there is this promo code right here. It says use promo code GMS for 20% off everything at Pharaoh Distro. Pharaoh Distro, what is that, you ask? Well, let me show you. Hey, yo, GMS fam, what's going on? This episode is brought to you by the good people over at Pharaoh Distro, and they were so courteous enough to send me my own Dab X Go. That's right, the brand new Dab X Go. For all my chiefers out there, this is exactly what you need, all right? If you like concentrates and you want a better, cleaner hit, this is exactly what you need. I'm gonna take it over to my guy Chris so he can let you know a little bit more about this product.
There's so many features on this product that are new and revolutionary and different to the other electronic dab devices out there. And I'm gonna talk about a couple of them right now. In our device, the dab comes directly out of the heating element and goes directly into glass above it. So it's absolutely the cleanest, freshest dab you can get. In this device, the vapor goes up while the reclaim goes down. This minimizes your reclaim considerably. This device produces almost no reclaim compared to conventional devices. You'll get anywhere between 50 and 100 dabs on one charge.
Now, GMS fam, if you want to go to the website and check out more of what they got at pharaohdistro.com, you can get 20% off by using my promo code GMS. That's right, use promo code GMS and you can get 20% off everything on the website, man. Y'all have a good one. Shout out to Pharaoh Distro. Now, GMS fam, as you can see, we do now have a sponsorship with a company called Pharaoh Distro. And if you don't know who they are, man, get familiar with them. Go to pharaohdistro.com and get you some items from the shop, man. They got a lot of things that you'll want, not just the Dab X Go, which is a very great device, but they got everything from wraps to gummies to vapes to THCA, and it's all delivery. Get what you need. Use the promo code GMS and get 20% off everything on that website. No matter what it is, man. Doesn't matter what it is. So all my GMS fam that get down with the cannabis culture, man, that is something that you need, and it's something that you will not regret copping, man. So go ahead, use that promo code GMS, get to it. Now back to the show. GMS fam, the green room. Like I said, NBA Youngboy is the type of person that reacted the way he reacts because we also live in a time, like I said, of followers, people that follow along with shit. And as you saw last month with, or if you didn't see last month, Chrisean was one of those people that proved that the media side or this streamer side of the culture is very powerful. When Glorilla decided that she was going to go against Chrisean, everybody, because that's where a lot of them young hip hop and people that love the culture go to as well. They go to these streamers, they go to their platforms, they go and watch their lives, and they sit up there and they comment on shit. And if the streamer says, yo, this is dope, then everybody else is gonna follow suit. If the streamer says, oh, this is horrible, this is trash, everybody gonna follow suit. It happens with academics, happens with all these people. Now Joe, having the influence that he has with his podcast, if he decides to start the narrative that NBA Youngboy is trash, well, inevitably you're going to have a lot of people that support Joe, as well as a lot of people that already weren't fucking with NBA Youngboy's music to follow suit and double down on that opinion. So now all these opinions coming down, and this is how Youngboy responded to Joe Budden.
Last thing I dropped was decided to my album still in the top 10, pussy ass nigga. Don't speak on me, I don't play that shit. Don't rat on me neither, you pussy bitch. Yeah, bubba.
I said, I want that piece about too many old niggas.
Stupid, dumb bitch. Your dick don't even get hard no more. Count ass nigga. You ain't no sabotaging me, bitch. Fuck wrong with that nigga, man. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me, bitch. And I don't want to argue with your bitch ass, nigga. Hey, bitch, you do all them interviews. Hey, come on, Grave Digger Mountain and talk to me, nigga. You can't, bitch, if you can't do that, man, hey, your bitch made, nigga. Shut your fucking mouth. 60,000. Bitch. That's 6 times in a row? That's 60,000, bitch. Come on, my money.
Now, even though I despise that type of behavior, once again, I understand why he spazzed out. As you heard him say, you ain't gonna sabotage me. That's the mentality that they have now. They know the influence of the media game. They know the influence of the podcast, the streamers, the people that help push the culture forward. He understands that, and he understands the follower mentality. So therefore, he responded in the way that he did. But you see, here's the difference between the young dumb niggas and the older generation of people who understand what's going on in music. Now, Joe Budden obviously saw that response that he had, and he went on Twitter Spaces to elaborate on why he feels the way that he feels. Also, I need people to understand that Joe knows the business. Joe knows the business. And when you are in the media game, you get way more information about the insides and everything that's in the intricacies of the business and the industry that you wouldn't hear as an artist, because they actively keep that type of stuff away from you. They actively keep that information away from you because they need to keep you controlled and need to keep you in a certain mind state as an artist that they are mooching off of, that they are fattening their pockets with. If somebody was telling you how they run the game and you figure it out, then, well, there wouldn't be no music industry to fuck with in the first place. They need y'all to continue to want to sign things blindly or continue to try to make things look good to you and then end up having you do or actually be up in a more fucked up situation that you were when you were living up in the hood waiting to get signed so you can get rich and famous like everybody else you seen. Trust me, the industry is shady. But nonetheless, Joe Budden had this to say.
Y'all don't think Joe was clout chasing with that?
No, his podcast is the #1 music podcast. So
I just want to say I'm way bigger than him. Stop this.
You are not bigger than Youngboy, Joe.
I think
you
you
are
guys
not
should
bigger
talk.
than Youngboy.
I think you guys should talk.
I think he says way bigger than him. He's speaking on an overall presence platform, like
Dog, you young idiots get fooled by these label metrics and these digital tricks. Would you like me to read you the numbers on Youngboy's last 6 projects?
No, go for it. No, go for it. Yo, don't cut him off while he's talking. Yo, Joe, go for it.
All right.
You want to read?
I mean, I don't want to. I didn't think I had to do this. Because I'm sure someone here is recording.
Oh.
I mean, we record every.
On you.
2022.
Real quick.
2022. Never Broke Again. Quando Rondo. LLC. 14,000 copies. Week 1. Billboard position 62. Then you have Feds Baby. Moneybag Yo. 2017. 21,000. Week 1. 3,800 degrees. October 7th, 2022. 24,000. What else we got?
Kale said, how he know Joe dick don't work? I guess he's assuming. He's assuming once you get to an age, your dick don't work. But it's crazy. Like, I really did learn at a young age not to say certain things about older individuals because eventually you're going to get there. And if you don't get there, then it's a shame that you died early because, you know, you were being foolish enough to run around and try to put on this image that put a target on your back. I mean, I'd rather live long and be somebody who potentially might not have a dick work at, you know, the tender age of 48 than to get gunned down at the tender age of 25 because I'm out here doing some weak shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that this young generation got to do to mentally prepare themselves for the future. They really don't. That's why a lot of them crash out. That's why a lot of them end up dying early. They just don't think.
Better Than You with the Baby. March 4th, 2022.
The tender age.
Until I Return, 2020. 29,000. Stop this, yo. Stop.
You skipped a bunch of projects, bro.
You
skipped a bunch of projects.
2023.
Jameson.
29,000. Here, we got another one here, 2022. Drama, I Got a Family. 39,000. We got another one here, September 6th. Never Broke Again, 39,000. We got another one here, 2018, 43,000. We got another one, 43,000, 2018. We got another one here, 51,000, 2023. The point is, you're doing a lot for somebody that don't sell more than 60,000 records. Like, stop it. I get
they fell for the bots, Joe.
Yeah, I know. But enough of it. Enough young people just saying stupid shit in hip hop.
You know what's worse, too, about this whole situation and the whole numbers game? Is the fact that stream farms exist. So you mean to tell me you guys put all this money in promoting your artists and even go as far as to do the whole stream farming shit? Do you know what stream farming is? For those that don't know, it's a place where you go and set up a bunch of phones and they automatically stream people's songs and stream people's music and albums, shit like that. And they boost your streams. These are real things, your stream farms. I need you to look it up. Stream farms are real, and they end up doing this shit with people, and they still end up selling less than whatever the market or whatever the mark they were trying to hit because people aren't actually buying albums. It's crazy. Imagine if there was a McDonald's who sold all their food for free, right? A McDonald's that sold all their food for free, and there was a McDonald's down the street that sold their food at the regular price that most McDonald's sell their food at. How many people do you think are going to go to the free fucking McDonald's instead of the McDonald's where they got to pay? Now, I know McDonald's is a horrible example, but if anybody saw McDonald's right now on the street and you eat meat paws and you seen them say free food all day, you pulling up to at least get you a free French fry, a goddamn fish fillet, nigga, shit. You gonna get you a nugget or a fucking cheeseburger if they said it was free. Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all these streaming platforms that they put music on have a free application. You can listen to these things for free. And even if you are paying for these streaming platforms, you listen to all the music you want to for free. So therefore, they had to switch up the way that they count records, the way that they count sales. That's why a certain amount of streams equals one album. Imagine this. You need 2,000 or something people to stream one song to count as one record sale. So when you see people that sold 35K in the first week, it's because they had a certain amount of millions of streams on that song or on that album. So it's like, oh, the streams, that's why it's crazy to me, because they're like, this person has this many streams. It's like, but What does it equate in the sales? What does this equate into album sales? How does this equate into dollars? See, like, it's crazy how recently they're trying to change the rules about how they count this type of shit or what they do to actually pay artists out when they should have been doing this in the first place. There is no reason why a streaming platform should get more percentage than the artist. The artist didn't ask you to create these streaming platforms. You did that on your own. You need the music. You need the podcast. You need that shit to keep your platform running. Therefore, those percentages got to get kicked out even more. Billion-dollar streaming platforms off of paying artists who keep their platforms up pennies to the dollar. It's unfair. The industry is rigged, and it's forever gonna be rigged. That's why I lost the desire to want to be an artist. That's why people don't understand, man. The business behind it, the shadiness behind it, watching somebody who you know can never be as talented or as good as you are doing what you're doing, but they're way far ahead of you because they got the backing behind it. They got the people that's paying the labels and paying the radio stations, paying for the ad space, paying for the boosting on the YouTube algorithms. How many times have y'all watched YouTube and the people that don't have YouTube Premium, and all of a sudden somebody's video pops up, a whole music video pops up? You know how much money they spending on that shit just to put that in your face to press skip? You got to think about this shit because they understand the mental behind it. It's not even about them having you hear the song. It's not even about if the song is good or not. As long as they can push this in your face or have you see it, it'll be in your subconscious somewhere. So the next time this person pop up and you wonder, why is this person on this stage at this festival or doing this? It's because somewhere in your subconscious you done seen it before. It's a different era of music. And honestly, I agree with Joe Budden. He was right. NBA Youngboys music is trash McAss. And the reason why it is because a lot of this shit sounds the same. You can't get away from this repetitiveness. And it goes back to what I said earlier. This is why you won't have an artist or an album or artists have a song or an album that is a classic in the next 10 to 20 years, like a lot of the things that came before them are today. Because so much of it sounds the same. You can't even distinct different things. I think people are also taking being different and confusing it with being weird. A lot of these niggas are weirdos. Doesn't make them different. They try to equate that with their artistry, like, oh, this artist here is different and they do this and that. Like, they try to equate NBA Youngboy as that, but it's like a lot of these niggas just go in there drugged out or be on some goofy shit or be on some, I don't know what the fuck they be on, but then they just try their best to sound crazy or try to sound weird on the song, and then they try to equate it to being different. That's not the case. You know, artists are just, they're just weird individuals. And I can't lie, man. It's just, there's nothing to me that is appealing when it comes to NBA Youngboy's music. A lot of his fan bases consist of young white kids who are infatuated with street beef. I mean, young white kids become so infatuated with street shit that they start cosplaying it. Then you have people from overseas like this Trap Lord Ross dude who does these extremely detailed documentaries on these guys, basically making a profit off of just talking about their alleged street beefs and street interactions and altercations and shit like that, but don't actually do nothing to try to help prevent the stuff that they think is wrong. These guys making millions of dollars just talking about this shit, but don't actually like try to put plan to action or try to actually help out these communities, which is why I don't respect them. Which why I'll never respect anybody like an Adam 22. Because once one of them gang niggas die that's working over there at No Jumper, he just gonna find another one of you motherfuckers off the street and put you on the show. As long as he got gang members surrounding him at No Jumper, he feels untouchable. We got to stop letting these people try to profit off of this shit. NBA Youngboy is on house arrest. He cannot do anything outside of his home. But I bet you them labels finding a way to continue to make money off of him. I bet you that. I promise you that. Now, speaking of promises, there's one thing that I promise you this person that I'm about to talk about next is going to do, and that is shock the internet. If you don't know who I'm talking about a Mr. Charleston White. Now, Charleston was a recent guest on Cam Newton's show. I forgot Cam's show, man. I forgot the name of it. But he was a guest on his show. And if you have Charleston White as a guest on your show, one thing you got to do is try to do some type of research on who he is. Not just the clips, but make sure you hear some of the things that he says before you get in the room with him, before you ask him questions, before you challenge him. He has a rebuttal for everything. And if you can't find any type of way to catch him up or to try to get him to slip up or not have a rebuttal to what you say, you might be Thanos level. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even do. There's no winning an argument. There's no winning a debate with Charleston White. Now, Charleston went on Cam's show and a lot of things was said. A lot of random shit was said, but this is one of the things that caught social media first. This is Charleston White talking about, well, what Charleston White talks about. Listen to this.
Number one, Will Smith.
Oh, he asked him some questions. Let me get that straight. I'm going to get that part straight first. Cam was starting to ask him questions, but he was asking him questions about certain people. So Cam will shout out a name, and Charleston White has to give his first word of what he thinks when he hears these people. Listen.
Number one, Will Smith.
Gay.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Fucked up. That's 2 words. Bitch. Funky bitch. Yeah, bitch. That's the wrong word come to mind in bold letters.
Adam 22.
Master. Yeah, he a slave master.
Sexy Red.
Whore. Yeah, stomp down dirty leg hoe.
Holy.
We're going to have to bleep that. You trying to get me...
Well, you asked me what's coming to mind.
This man trying to get me flash banned. Oh, my goodness.
I like Suki. I met Suki in person, though. I like Sukiana. Real sweet young girl.
What you think about Suki?
She real sweet in person.
No, give me the one word for Suki.
Freaky, the motherfucker. That motherfucker freaky. Yeah, that motherfucker freaky. Freaky. Freaky.
Brittany Renner.
Hot.
He said hot.
Yeah, hot. Yeah, that motherfucker look good in person. Yeah, hot.
Could you take Brittany Renner serious?
He couldn't even front. Brittany Renner is probably one of the most annoying females on the planet. But there's one thing that you can't deny. That's why that shit is hilarious. That shit's funny as hell. But this is why I say you have to do your research. Have to do your research on Charleston White, because what is about to happen now, Cam did not expect this to happen. This is what he had to say about Brittany Renner.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, shit yeah.
Could you have a child with Brittany Renner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me some free game. Like, how would you approach a woman like Brittany?
You gotta handle her rough. You gotta be a dominant man to deal with Brittany Renner.
When you say rough, you're not talking about domestic violence, bro.
Yeah, domestic violence.
No, man, no.
This like, it's not funny, but it's like the way he just calmly said, yeah, domestic violence. Like, nigga, what?
Brittany Renner.
When you say rough, you're not talking about domestic violence, bro.
Yeah, domestic violence.
No, man, no.
Y'all gotta see this nigga.
Yeah,
face,
but you
bro.
ass, nigga, I'm telling you, yeah, she one of them ones you gotta kick in the ass sometime. Slap her across her head, bitch, sit down somewhere.
No.
Man, ain't being Uncle Curtis done it, and they stayed together 40, 50 years. all good relationships, somebody got to take an ass kicking somewhere in the relationship. That's the only way y'all gonna stay together.
Right, we're gonna cut that out.
Man, man, ass daddy. Man, everybody got to whoop. Man, you can't tell nigga he can't whoop his hoe and she getting out of line. She the kind of hoe you got to whoop.
So the woman that you was with, you put your hands on your woman?
I will if she take me down.
No. Have you ever put your hands on your ex-wife?
No.
Okay, thank you. So all that shit that you talking is
I done slapped the shit out my baby mama.
Huh?
Yeah, I done slapped shit out my baby mama. Driving, bitch. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, I done slapped shit out my baby mama. Driving, bitch. Yeah, I done slapped shit out my baby mama. Driving, bitch. Yeah.
What is wrong with this nigga, man? Like, this is the type of shit that you could tell Cam didn't vet this as much as he was thinking more of viral moments. He wasn't thinking about what was going to be said on his platform. You heard him early. He said, man, you don't get me flash banned. Because that's what they do. See, YouTube's good for that. YouTube's good for carrying on and hearing trigger words. Like they got the CPU hooked up to where they hear what you saying. Like if I say cunt, then they caught that word and they gonna be like, oh shit, we gonna have to take this nigga's views down. We don't want nobody on the internet saying cunt. Well, guess what, YouTube, you're a cunt.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I done open here and slap the shit out of yeah, hell yeah, I slap the shit out of my bitch.
No.
That's my bitch.
No.
Man, you deal with your bitch. You discipline your hoe how you discipline yours. I'm gonna discipline mine how I discipline mine. And yeah, man, you got to kick some of them in their ass. I wouldn't give a damn what now.
I just put like, look, I'm telling you.
Granddad and them said that.
I'm telling you as a man, and I gotta hold you accountable. If I were to ever see you put a hand on a woman, it'd be a hard time for me to see that, Charleston. Just real shit.
Well. Just be willing to go to jail or go to hell if you get in fact me and my bitch. Nigga, that go my brother. You better leave me alone about me and my bitch. Nigga, you better go home. Nigga, it's me and my hoe. You better stay out of this.
And then, boom.
That's how niggas die.
That's cool.
That's, hey, that's real shit, though. That's real shit. You ain't got to condone it. You ain't got to respect it. But you got to understand, that's them people business. That's them people business. And if you decide to play captain, I told this story before on this show before, probably a couple times. But it was an instance where, because what Cam is saying, he's speaking from a place of if he just seen him hitting his girl, he gonna be like, nah, it's gonna be hard for me to watch that. I might have to do something. Now, if you don't know the situation, I advise you not to just step in to what's going on. I tried to do this one time. It didn't go well. I'm driving down the street and I see these two people arguing. I'm assuming they're a couple. And I see the dude yelling and getting real aggressive. And I see his girl, standing in front of him, yelling back, whatever, waving her hands. Then that's when I seen him haul off. And she fell back and I said, oh, hell no. So I whipped the Yui. And I started driving forward. I rolled down my window. I was like, hey, bro, what the fuck is you doing? This bitch gave me herpes. I said, no. I rolled up the window. I had to drive off, man. Because it's like, then you think to yourself, what would you do in that moment? Like, I'm not a man that puts his hands on women. But if I found out that somebody gave me the herpaderp, who knows how I react, man? Who knows if I would start seeing red and just would act out of character? You feel me? Like, who knows? So it wasn't a moment where I had to get out and try to play Captain Save him or try to play Superman. He said what he said. I had to drive off, man. You got to handle that. I don't know what, at the end of the day, whatever comes from it, comes from it. But that's not my battle. That's not my fight. That's not who I'm here for. You gotta understand that. So I get what he's saying. You gotta be prepared to go to jail or hell. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to insert yourself into somebody else's shit, you have to deal with the consequences. Now, this is another part that a lot of people were sharing. Jokes aside, Cam mentioned something about Charleston's delivery. Now, I understood where Cam was coming from because I also had that problem with Charleston early on until I realized he was just trolling. And I was like, well, I just kind of taught myself how to, you know, kind of just push that to the background and realize that he's putting on a character. But Cam talked to him about his delivery, and this is what Charleston had to say about why people shouldn't be focused on his delivery.
See, this is the thing, Charleston. Like, I think everything that you're saying has some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs.
Moiters.
And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them talking about booty holes. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be hypocrites, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up in my delivery.
Man.
Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussy to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't trip about my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So, nigga, I gave...
We sure as hell did not know who Charleston White was then. And it's crazy because he'll hit you with these credentials and you have to, like, verify the shit because of how wild he is. From what we know him from is from him being a wild, outspoken, vulgar individual who will really go there with his words. And somehow, some way, he has been allowed to create a career off of this and get paid to go around and do this. And you have to ask yourself, how is he being able to do this? Then you start hearing certain things like this and be like, I get it.
Y'all what y'all want. A ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention. Checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases are teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga, only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about and these kids can't read? Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real. I'm not bashing the black woman in her BBLs. I'm not bashing the black woman because she wearing eyelashes. I'm not fucking with the sister because she got too many baby daddies. I'm addressing men. Just like we abandoned no justice, no peace for George Floyd. Are we still mad about George Floyd? Are we still mad about police shooting? Is that why we not kneeling no more? Are we still boycotting the NFL? What happened to all these things? What happened? Nigga, because I'm still stuck on Tamir Rice while y'all stuck on my delivery. I'm still mad why ain't now motherfucker tore up the country behind Tamir Rice. Baby Tamir Rice at that.
Man, you're very right. Very hard. It's very hard to argue those points. And I'm one of those people, black people specifically, who can't hear the truth because I have gotten away from the programming of them using us as a way to show anger and frustration and sadness and all types of shit, getting triggered easily. I think understanding, and it's crazy, once I started doing this show and trying to understand algorithms and understanding how certain things work and, you know, how these companies do what they do, you start to realize that all this stuff is planned. All this stuff is what they want you to do. They want you to be outraged. They want you to be triggered. They want you to respond to racist white people. They want you to respond to these companies or these news outlets who misspell or misquote something. They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose. See, when you lead with emotion and you lead with your anger and not with logic and common sense, it's easy to control you. Charleston White figured out that it's easy to trigger black people and it's easy to just trigger people, period. And the way that he decided to get certain messages across that he felt were important was to trigger people. And because we have a demographic of individuals who don't get offended by that type of shit, who actually welcome that type of shit, he was able to get a fan base from it. Now, do I agree with a lot of his approaches? Do I agree with the type of things he says in this Charleston White character that he has when he goes to talking about rape and when he goes to talk about it? No, I don't agree with it. But, and it's crazy that there's a but there, pause, I understand why he's doing that. I don't have to agree. I don't have to respect him. I don't have to be a fan of him. But I understand why he's doing so. I'm not one of those people that stay on Charleston White's lives and like to watch his antics because I know him saying something crazy is inevitably going to happen. But I've heard enough to know what his main goal is. Now, this is the last part that people were kind of like, damn, Charleston White was saying a lot. This part when he was actually going at Deion Sanders and Jay-Z was something that had people talking a lot. Listen to this.
So what I realized is most people are hypocritical. They stuck on words. That's why they ignore most people's actions like celebrities. That's why they ignore R. Kelly actions for so long when he was child molesting. That's why they ignored Jay-Z's action when Foxy Brown came out and said he was putting that horse dick in the Source magazine. Remember that interview? You might be too young. Foxy Brown came out and said Jay-Z was fucking her when she was 16. So if we just go, come on now, so that's why action don't speak louder than words to black people. Because if you go to looking at action, you look at Deion can't keep a marriage. He been divorced how many times? This is how many wives he done had, 3 or 4? So we are following a man who can't, how many times? That's all I'm gonna say.
Granted, we don't follow Deion Sanders or people aren't fans of Deion Sanders because he has great marital advice. That's it. That's one thing. That's the last, if anything, not even on the list of things that people look for Deion Sanders for. You know what I'm saying? I get his approach, though. I get his approach.
That's all I'm gonna say. Known for sleeping with multiple women throughout his life. Whoremongering man.
Whoremongering.
Maybe that's why God took his toe. Turf toe motherfucker.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying. So this is a man who done toe motherfucker. Turf toe motherfucker. Turf toe motherfucker.
Turf toe.
Okay.
Man.
So that's all I'm saying. So this is a man who done abused multiple women. Pilar has so much to say about it. Go get the divorce papers. Abusive. Come on now. I was paying attention because I lived in Dallas at the time, so it was big talk in Dallas. And we ain't gonna talk about when he was in Atlanta fronting the dope niggas down here when he was playing for the Atlanta Falcons. All this documentation. All this documentation.
Speculations.
Okay, well, we'll say speculation, but there's no speculations on Charleston White. It's just what he says. It's just conversation. So when you look at Charleston White, you see he's a father, a husband, a community activist, a youth advocate. You ain't got nothing on me.
Ex-husband, coon.
You ain't got nothing on me.
Snitch.
You ain't got no paperwork.
Talk down
no
on black
paperwork.
people.
No paperwork. No paperwork. It ain't no paperwork on.
He called him a coon and a snitch. God damn, Cam.
You got to have paperwork on the snitch. No paperwork. The cooning, nigga, weekend with every black city I go to, nigga, I do way more for black people than any celebrity I know. To date.
You think you do more than the community?
To date.
Than me?
To date. Yeah, to date.
Yeah, today. He don't give a damn. And you know what? I believe him. I believe him when he says that. I believe that Charleston goes out here and tries to actually do something for black people who he feels. But here's the thing. I also think Charleston is somebody who has conditions to it. You can't be one of the guys he's talking about who he feels is destroying the community and then think that you're going to get something from him or get his help, which I think a lot of us, or not us, but a lot of people do need that help. You know, I always say that there are people that we cannot bring with us on the road to righteousness as black people and being able to want better for ourselves and do better for ourselves. There's certain individuals we cannot take with us, black or not, doesn't matter. But there are some people who are susceptible to change, people that have the capacity and have the ability to change who they are. You cannot dismiss everybody because they a hood nigga or they got gangster mentality or whatever the case may be. A lot of these people change for the better. We've seen it happen in our own lives. We've seen it happen on different scales of entertainment or people who are artists, you know what I'm saying? Out of people like Jeezy, people like Gucci Mane, people like all these different people who have realized that there's a better way to do something are people that are susceptible to change. And I think those are the people who we have to kind of vet and have to realize that, you know, we can bring them along on that road to righteousness. But there's a lot of people we can't take with us. And I think those are a lot of the people that Charleston calls out on a daily basis because those are the people who respond. And then you go to the instances where he's ran into some of these people, nothing has happened. This is the crazy part about it. I think the industry has been, especially when it comes to these rappers, they have been so exposed over the past 5 years of being these people that say all this shit but let so much shit slide, but will have the audacity to put hits out on random niggas in the hood and have their families go through grieving and all this pain and all this suffering, when there's people out here who have actually done things to harm us as black people in the community who go unscathed. Now, I'm not calling for violence against Charleston. I'm just saying, Charleston aside, there's people out here who really have a disdain for black people. There's people out here who really target black people. And all these niggas who stand on business, all these niggas who ain't scared to shoot, all these niggas who really about that life don't seem to find themselves on the other side of that fucking bridge. They always stay destroying their own shit. That's what people don't like to have called out. But there's people out here who understand it. There's people out here who recognize it. There's people out here that call it out. And Charleston's just one of those people. So I can't hate on it. It is what it is. But if you haven't seen that whole interview with him and Cam Newton, I suggest you go watch it. Now, one of the last things I'm going to speak on before we get out of here is this instance right here. If you guys didn't see it a couple days ago, Udoka and LeBron James got into a little bit of a heated back and forth on the court, which resulted in Ime being, they both got technicals, but Ime ended up getting ejected from the game because it was his second technical. Now, here is what took place if you haven't seen it yet.
Responds more to this. I mean, you don't usually see stuff like this where coaches and players responds more.
Now, if you trying to read lips, it's kind of hard because they kind of understand how the camera works, so they don't like to fully pronounce words when they saying shit. They kind of say it in a little slick way. They kind of talk it like they 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like 50 Cent, you know. You say what you want to say. You a bitch ass nigga, E-mate. Yeah, you's a soft ass boy, you bitch ass nigga. But people caught some of the audio. I'm gonna play it in a second. What up, Jeff? Jeff Brown is in the building. He said, Florida gangsters, why is George Zimmerman still walking around? That is the biggest question of the decade. Why is George Zimmerman still walking around unscathed? Somebody who walked into bars and was talking shit. He was out there. He was out here celebrating and gloating about what he did to Trayvon Martin in front of people out in public. And niggas was still killing each other over on the other side of that bridge, man. You can't tell me nothing about them niggas. But somebody caught the audio. Here's a little bit of what they said was said. Udoka said, "Stop crying like bitches, man." LeBron said, "We're all grown men. The bitch word ain't cool." Udoka says, "Soft ass boy, stop bitching, acting like you're gonna do something." Watch this.
Doubles tonight, 21. It doesn't go. Tari Eason.
Now, if you didn't catch it, if you didn't see it, that's what he said. Ime says, "Stop crying like bitches." Watch. Stop crying like bitches, man. Stop bitching. Ime Udoka. Now, let me tell y'all something, man. Ime is somebody who has gone through some turmoil over these past months, you know. Somebody who is being legendary for cheating on such a fine specimen as Nia Long and really having no actual reason for it. Just kind of just happened. You kind of wonder about a man's motives when, you know, he has something decent at home. You know, I was waiting. I wasn't trying to just give her the title of being a great woman and doing all this shit just because she looked good, because you never know. Some of the finest women in the world are the craziest, the most difficult, the most delusional individuals on earth. But we never heard him say anything wrong about Nia Long. He never came out and said, "Well, I cheated because of this," or "There was problems in our marriage." He never came out to say anything negative towards her, which kind of leads me to believe that he kind of was just out there slanging dick around. So it's like, all right, well, shit, you did the man shit, you know what I'm saying? You went out, you did your thing, right? But the scrutiny that came behind it is what's got him feeling the way that I think he feels and how confident he is in the way that he's talking to certain individuals. Calling LeBron a soft-ass boy and asking him or saying, "What are you going to do about it?" when you initiated the talking, lets me know that you are trying to find a reason to get some anger out, man. A lot of guys, see, that's something that a lot of men don't speak on, you know? When you go out and you see people fighting and you wonder why a lot of these fights just break out, a lot of times it's because men be burying shit deep down because they don't have the capacity or they don't have the time to even confront those type of things that are going on in their minds. Some of the times they feel like, oh, it's not the man thing to do to speak on things, or it's not the tough thing to do to speak on your feelings. That's why niggas act the way that they do sometimes. They'll react in a very, very radioactive way. Now, before we continue, I need y'all to hear what my guy said regarding this situation. Richard Sherman has some words for that man, Ime Udoka. Listen to this.
I mean, the big deal for me is the disrespect, and you not out there. And so that's the part that gets me. He's sitting there acting like he tough. You ain't tough. You ain't tough. You standing on that sideline under the protection of these referees in this stadium and these cameras. So you could say, don't walk over here like you tough, call him the B word, call him soft. But in a dark alley, when it's just y'all two, are you approaching with the same energy? Not saying LeBron James is going to get...
I would say Udoka's going to approach you with the same energy. Yes. Just so I would say he is.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. I would say he would.
I hear y'all. I hear y'all. Believe me, I hear y'all. But I'm sure Udoka has played LeBron James because LeBron James has been in the league long enough to play. Were you approaching it with that same energy? Because if you were, he was probably punishing you. And so maybe that's a little bit of jealousy. Maybe. I don't like you coming with this energy like you somebody. You ain't nobody. You don't got no bars in this league. You ain't got no championships. So when you talking to a player, and you're talking like that. Like, I couldn't imagine a coach talking to me like that in football, because when players talk to you like that in football, that's the cool thing about this game. You talk like this in football, you gonna have to physically show me that you mean what you say. This is a physical sport. This is a combat sport. If I call you the B word, you get a chance to prove you not.
Okay, all right. Well, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think, I'm gonna put up a poll. I ain't did a poll in a while, man. I'm gonna put the poll up, actually. I'm gonna put the poll up, pause.
Physically show me that you mean.
Now, I want to ask y'all this simple question. All right, we're gonna put the poll up. Let me make sure I got it right. With a simple question for the chat. Did LeBron get holed out by Ime Udoka? We gonna ask that question. We gonna see. We gonna see what y'all think. I'm gonna ask y'all this simple question: did LeBron get holed out by Ime Udoka? Yes or no? Answer that question in the chat. Now, I kind of agree with Richard Sherman a little bit. It's a certain etiquette when you are a coach and when you're talking to a player. Like former players who turn coaches, I understand where that kind of, they still got that like that spark in them that makes them like competitive. But when you start moving into disrespectful words on the court, then people gonna have some things to say about it. People gonna feel some type of way about it. And in this day and age of social media, you should never be the guy who is going at somebody who you probably used to play. And like you heard them say, LeBron's been in the league long enough to have played Ime Udoka. And in complete and regular social media fashion, people went and found clips of LeBron playing against Ime Udoka, and he cooked that man nonetheless, which also supports the narrative that there's some envy there, some jealousy there, there's some this or that there. Because the highlights I saw, Ime did not stand a chance playing against a young LeBron at all. So much so that people don't even remember that the nigga was in the league and that he even played LeBron. That nigga was guessing. He said LeBron's been in the league long enough to play against Ime. I'm assuming they played against each other. Nobody remembers Ime Udoka's playing days. Now, whether he hold out LeBron or not, the fact still remains. What is the point of him doing? Should they run the fade? Should LeBron and Ime Udoka run the fade? I want to see, because a lot of people talk that bitch shit. They always use, oh, you a bitch, or you bitching, or you acting like a bitch, or you moving like a bitch, until people get to scrapping. It's easy to say anything, and it's easy to feel a certain type of way, but when it comes to putting in that work, when it comes to fisticuffs, nigga, do you have it? And if y'all niggas was playing in the league at the same time and you see the difference between what LeBron looks like and what Ime Udoka looks like, I'm not saying Ime is just some out of shape, washed ass nigga, but I'm putting my money on LeBron beating the shit out this nigga. Now, whether he got holed out or not, you know, that's subjective, because you can say that LeBron is smart enough not to get himself ejected from a game that he's needed in. Ime Udoka is not needed on the sideline, so he can get ejected if he wants to. There's 6 other coaches sitting there. There's an entire playbook. The players are playing on the court. Ime does not have to check in or suit up or none of that shit. So it's LeBron has way more to lose if he was to get out of pocket and do some shit to Ime Udoka. That's just a fact. So that's just, I mean, whether he got holed out or not, I mean, it's subjective, but at the same time, the facts are the facts. What up, Do Better? What's up, man? Theo Cooper's in the building, man. What's going on, my guy? Let's see what y'all saying. Infinite said no stock in this, but if LeBron hit dude one good time, he put his old ass in a coma. Black Man Cigar says he just kept his feelings quiet. He didn't want to publicly bash Nia. They have a child together. That's true, but I don't. A lot of people, when they get into that space, it is a testament to your strength mentally, because you have everybody on social media with an opinion, everybody coming at you, you know, at all different angles, pause, And, you know, at some point, you probably going to want to fight back. At some point, you probably don't want a narrative to be out there about you. If I was Ime and I got to a point where me and my wife or me and my significant other are falling out and there's problems and, you know, she's doing this X, Y, and Z that I don't agree with and I'm unhappy in a relationship and all this other shit, and then I go out and I step out on our marriage, and then all of a sudden this narrative comes out when people find out that I cheated or that I stepped out or infidelity or whatever the case may be. There's this narrative about me like, oh, he's just not a good guy and he went and did this and that. At some point when you get so many messages and so many comments and so many you know, questions on from reporters and shit like that, you're going to want to fight back to try to not just save face, but to hold on to your integrity and who you are and your morals, because at the end of the day, there's always two sides of the story, which is also why we didn't hear anything that she did bad from her as well. That's another thing I don't like. When people like to always, when something happens to somebody, if somebody cheated or somebody left somebody, if you are the type of person that sits up here and only talks about what that person did wrong but hasn't mentioned one thing that you did, that lets me know that you did play a big part in what happened, no matter what it is. I don't care who you are are not going through life unscathed or the person that doesn't cause any issues or problems. There has to be real evidence of that for that to be the case. Let's see. Jeff said, you can run your mouth, but can you throw them dough knobs? He said dough knobs. Now, we going to move forward, man, because I got to get up out of here. Now, another thing that I saw early this morning actually was this video right here. Now, I'm sorry. I apologize. I know we don't want to keep talking about these two idiots, Blueface and Chrisean, but this is a lesson in a lot of people's decisions on who they try to, you know, pick sides with. That's the one reason why I do talk about this, because I hate that people pick sides between these two. They're both dumb as shit. Like, they're both idiots. They're both toxic. They're both violent. They're both they both shouldn't be parents. This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? This is on both of them. But Blueface decided he was going to go on his Instagram to put Chrisean on blast because apparently he had to go pick up Chrisean Jr. from another girl's house because Chrisean wanted to go and do something on her own. Now, this is how he reacted to this situation.
It's crazy.
Now, remind you, Blueface is currently engaged to his other baby mom, Jaden, but this is how he's reacting to his current newest baby mom going to do something and having a babysitter.
It's crazy. My son ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. Nobody want to watch him. She got Marsh. She got Marsh watching the baby at 4 in the morning so she could what? Get some dick? Do a verse? Fuck a nigga? Let me get in here, bro. All this so you could do a verse, suck some dick? You a both bitch. My son ain't got no parent. 4 in the morning. Stopping us. Because she want to be a bad parent to a bad parent. She want to be a yes. Close door. Yeah, close the door. Let's go, Marsh. You going to get your ass whipped as soon as we get there. Come on. Jaden got a good fade waiting for you, Marsh. Let's go. I can't do it. Jaden got a fade like Tessa. Come on, girl. Let's go. Either you going to get out, I'm going to drag you out, Marsh. I'm going to put this baby down and put you to bed. All right. You want to go to...
Now, here's what a dumbass doesn't get when he's trying so hard to try to win in a competition where you both have to work together to try to raise a fucking child. While you're sitting here saying that this child has no parent at 4 a.m., first of all, there's nothing wrong with somebody having a babysitter when they have to go and do something, especially when you're in the limelight and have to work continuously every single goddamn day to try to make whatever type of money you're making and try to live or try to continue on the lifestyle that you have. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, while you are sitting here talking about how your baby has no parent at 4 in the morning and how she has to do X, Y, and Z, here you are getting in the car with your newborn infant child. There's no car seat, no nothing. Where's the pamper bag, nigga? Where's the bag with the Pampers? Where's the formula? Where's all the shit that where are the wipes, nigga? Where are the extra bottles? Where is anything, nigga? You are raw dogging parenthood right now. That is the worst shit in the fucking world. While you try to sit here and try to dog somebody else for not being a good parent, you both are trash. And then on top of that, while you sitting here trying to get mad at this bitch and talking about you finna get out and do something, nigga, there's nothing to put the baby down with.
If you gonna get out, I'm gonna drag you out, Mark.
I'm
gonna put this baby down and put you to bed. All right.
Look, you worried about this girl so much where you want to get out and try to put hands on her for what your baby mom did, that you are about to put an infant down on a bare ass seat in the car to go do some degenerate fuck shit so that you can get locked up. And then once again, there is no baby to have a parent around because you a dumbass. Blueface is an idiot. Chrisean is an idiot. How do you go through the most toxic shit in the world and then say, well, let's have a child. Let's bring the seed into this world. Let's do this. Let's bring another kid in here because that's the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be surprised if this baby ended up deceased because these two idiots decided that they wanted to be dumb as hell and not actually be parents. Now, that may sound morbid. That may sound fucked up. But, hey, man, we live in reality. Fuck how you feel. I care about that child's well-being, and I don't even know the child. But I feel like there's nothing but a demise waiting for this child because of how much these two care about the internet and trying to prove that one or the other is fucked up. And then, like I said, you got people out here choosing sides. Look at this girl. I understand this girl so much. She been through so much. I be feeling bad for her. For what? Why do you feel bad? Because she cries? Oh, let's see.
Same thing about me. Like, you probably settling for less fucking with me. So what are we doing? Why are we destroying each other, yo? Like, I swear to God. I fucking hate this nigga, my nigga. I fucking hate this nigga, yo. This shit is crazy, bro.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Laughs everywhere. L-A, L-O, L-A-M-F-F-O, and L-O-L, L-F-F-M-L, all them L-O-Ls, bitch. Nobody gives a fuck about them tears. You put yourself in this predicament. You paved the way for this type of dumb shit. This is why I don't understand. People never take accountability. You opened your legs and you decided to let this nigga bust in you and have a child. You had all the opportunity to abort this little motherfucker, but you say, you know what? You know it would be good for Zeus. You know it would be good for the algorithms. You know it would be good for all this shit that's going on in my life. Let's just go ahead and have the baby. And how about this? For another reason why I care so much about the internet and people's public opinion, I'm going to name the kid Chrisean Jr. because I know it's going to trend. I don't give a damn. You made the bed, you laid in it, and you got schmutted out. It's time for you to pick yourself the fuck up and be a mom. Oh my God. I feel so bad for any baby that comes into this earth whose parents are clout chasers. Holy shit. Now enough of these idiots. One more idiot on the on the horizon. Hold on, let me close this poll out. Let me end the poll out. Y'all said no, LeBron didn't get hold out. Okay, I fuck with y'all. That's cool. LeBron didn't get hold out. Now, one more idiot I want to display for y'all before we get out of here. And try not to get a headache, man. Please try not to get a headache. This girl right here who goes by the name of Blood Wrist is a Latina OnlyFans thought who decided that she was going to go on her TikTok page because, you know, a lot of these type of girls get called out. A lot of these girls will cosplay black women or what they think black women are. They will have mannerisms. They would have their nails like them. They'll try to talk like what they think black women talk like. They'll try to adapt to a culture that is not theirs and then disrespect the people of that culture or of that race because they think that they are really of that shit. They're not. Y'all want to hear the most confused individual in the world? Listen to this girl.
Come on now, y'all hear?
And this is what the problem is. Let me set y'all up real quick. She's on TikTok Live, and apparently there are black girls in there that are telling her she's not black, she's not this, she need to act who she is, and all this type of shit. This is her reaction to black girls and black people, period.
Hair do not grow. Y'all hair do not grow. It don't grow. That's why y'all mad, bro. That's why y'all mad, bro. Y'all hair do not grow. Y'all hair don't grow. Get out of here. Y'all hair don't grow. I do not want to be y'all. Why would I want to be bald? First of all, I'm glad I'm Hispanic. I got hair, unlike y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I'm glad I'm not black.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm glad I'm not black while sitting here cosplaying a black person.
Y'all have no hair. Sorry.
Mannerisms, the clothes you got on, the hairstyle you got, the nails you got, the way that you talking. You adopted that from somebody who you feel was the spitting image of what black is, but here you are saying you don't want to be like black people.
I'm glad I'm not black.
Are you?
Y'all are bald. Y'all are bald.
And that's also funny too. I want y'all to remember the only thing she's talking about is hair. She can't mention anything else because if she mentioned anything else, she would mention something that has to do with her.
Y'all are bald.
I don't want to be black, but the only thing I can mention is being bald. I can't mention clothes. I can't mention talking. I can't mention anything that I do. I can't mention anything about myself because then I inevitably call myself out. So I only have to bring up bald shit.
I don't want to be black. You guys have no hair. Genetically, you have no hair. Why would I want to be black? Let's be serious, guys. Let's be serious, bro. Let's be serious. Nobody wants to be black. Nobody wants to be black. Y'all did not invent braids. I'm so sorry. I hate to bring it to you. Bro, when y'all get straight hair, don't that mean you want to be white? When y'all bleach y'all skin? Bro, y'all be bleaching y'all skin, bro. Be serious. Y'all aunties in Africa be bleaching their skin, bro. They want to be white so bad. Y'all be bleaching y'all hair. Y'all be paying for wig installs. What is a wig install? That's a white women's not natural hair state. But I can't get braids. Girl, please.
Now I wonder, a girl that talks this reckless, has she ever been in a fight before? And then I scroll down and this is what I see. Her getting the beats. She ended up getting the beats. The girl got the beats. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of people deal with internal battles and they try to take it out on everybody else. But clearly this is a girl that doesn't know who she is. She probably hates her own people, which is why she decided to cosplay somebody she's not. And because she gets her ass beat and don't know how to fight. Anybody who has those three attributes of contributing to their life, I would be mad too. I'd be mad at everybody. I want to shit on everybody too because there's nothing else that I can do but talk. You can't fight. you ain't got no squabbles. So what else you gonna do but sit around and talk about the very people you want to be? See, these people want acceptance from black people. And that's why a lot of them end up going through life like this, because the little couple black people that said it was cool or let them say the N-word made them feel validated in who they are. And then when they actually get into the world and they actually start getting on social media and letting everybody see the goofy bitch that they are, then they have a problem with black people now because they realize that, no, it's not that accepting. It's not that cool. It's not something that we actually rock with. Now you're saying you don't want to be black. It's too late. It's too late. You already have a mental illness. You already have coached yourself and made yourself believe that you are something you're not. It's already over for you. Life is over for you. The only thing you have left is OnlyFans. And even then, nobody paying to see that washed up roast beef of a coochie you got. You built like a nigga. You built like I was gonna say that if y'all was here last week, I was gonna mention something that y'all never mind. You built like somebody I know would like you. I know somebody that would definitely follow you, who would love to see your content, motherfucker. You look like a nigga. You look like your name is Billy, and you transition into Alicia. Get your goofy ass out of here, man. This goes for everybody that be on the internet trying to cosplay something that they not, mainly black people. Yeah, she work at Arby's, nigga. She got the meats, nigga. She got the meats. Look at this. A face only a mother could love. And you talking about what you don't want to be like? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Get this heifer off of my page, man. GMS fam, the green room. It's been a hell of a show today. I appreciate every single one of y'all that pulled up. Also, if you check the description below, and hit that box, man. Pause. Click on the link that you see right there, man. If you see that Cash App down there, make sure you click that and donate to the GMS fund. We are out here building up the funds. And like I said, I told y'all, those funds are going to up this production and to grab new things that we need. And thanks to the GMS fam and friends and those alike, we were able to cop a new computer. So we have a new computer on deck. Now it's time to get the microphone and interfaces and new cameras and such like that. So if you want to continue to help support and help out the GMS show and keep us elevating and keep us rising out here in these platforms and on these stages, please do me a big favor and hit the GMS fund, which is the Cash App below in the description box. Hit that like button on the way out and make sure you put a GMS in that live chat if you know what's good for you. GMS fam, the green room. Let's get ready to get up out of here, man. Oh, yeah. He said, pooch the cake. Pooch the cake. Oh, my God. Big butterball ass nigga. Hey. Cat's out the bag now. Oh, you mean cat's out the closet now. That's what you meant. The cat's out the closet. That nigga need to come out. It's okay. We helped you do it anyway. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to do no announcements. We already know. It's cool. The cat's out the closet now. Oh, man. GMS fam, the green room. Yeah, It's gonna be shorter shows during the week. I'm probably gonna do like 2 shows a week because I got some other things I need to prepare for and get ready for and work on and work towards. So bear with me, man. We're gonna continue to keep this going every week. It's just gonna be a shorter amount of shows, but we're gonna continue to keep doing this at least twice a week until we get to a comfortable spot. But until then, keep rocking with me, keep tuning in, keep sharing this shit, keep letting people know where to pull up to every week, man. GMS fam, the green room. One love. We out. Oh, and don't forget. You see that promo code down there? Go to PharaohDistro.com. Type in the promo code GMS. Get 20% off everything on the website. Y'all already know what's going on. Shout out to Pharaoh Distro. Shout out to the Dab X Go crew. Every single one of y'all, man. GMS fam, the green room. We out.